Good evening. Welcome back to another night of Stick with Cool Frog. This is a chat and game night that's open panel. I do have a special guest of ID Crisis is supposed to actually join us for the games. Don't know where he is. Haven't heard from him. He's got the link. I'm all alone. That's fun. It's fun. There's a couple people that said that they're going to be here. We'll see. We'll see what happens here in a few moments. Anybody in chat? It says there's 4 viewers who all want to say something to me. Make sure that I'm actually being broadcasted. That'd be great. So, interesting day. Interesting day. There's a few things that I don't know what kind of stuff we're even going to talk about today. I don't even know. If we're even going to talk, if we're just going to play games. Beautifully inappropriate. Hello, dear. It's going to sit here in my lonesome and await others to join me. Just look around the internet. What the heck is this? Wow. I really don't know. Really don't know where everybody is. I have no clue whatsoever. I send the right links? Yeah, I sent the right link. Be sure that the guests, that particular person does have an invite as well. It's awesome. It's awesome that I get to sit here by myself and wait. We should grab a book. Grab a book and start reading to y'all. Would you enjoy that? Just change the name of the show to Reading to My Audience with Cool Frog. It could work. It could potentially work. So I have to turn on the light and grab a book. That might be interesting. It's kind of a thought. Not like it would be anything different than we read in the newspaper. Digging through all these news articles, trying to find good stuff for y'all. Speaking of finding good stuff for y'all, and assuming we're playing games tonight, if we're not playing games tonight for whatever reason, which is totally fine, I'll go away because I'm going to prepare myself for tomorrow night, because there's something that happened and it needs to be covered, and I feel it needs to be a little bit more well done. So I need the time to actually work on it a little bit more do a little bit more research. See if I can't find a person or two that would have some information. Um, that would be coming tomorrow night. Hello, Suzanne. How you doing, dear? 60. 60. Awesome. Good to see y'all. Waiting for the man of the hour, and as well as a few others that were invited to come pop in here, join me for this Friday night game night. So maybe that would work better. Maybe I should grab the book. And I'll just read the book. That'll put beautifully inappropriate to sleep. As well as everybody else. We could try that if we really wanted to. How do you feel about that? Beautiful. Hello, Phil. Joe Biden 2024 for prison. Yes, definitely. Put that man in prison. Put him in prison for the rest of his life. The little bit that's left. There's no way this 80-plus-year-old incompetent man can continue to do what he's doing. Suzanne says, Source fuck won't be here long, dear. Just waiting for my meds to kick in. Seeing you on. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. And your voice is relaxing, but Shizzy is a sedative. Yeah, I get that. And we proved it the other day. We proved it the other day when he was on. He came on with his phone. So his equalizer that he had behind his microphone wasn't there. And yeah, it's that setup that he has that actually makes him sound the way he does. I was thinking of Biden today and wondered if he is autistic. You know, I think there's some other shit that's going on. I really don't know. I don't see no ID crisis. I know, right? We'll give him a few minutes. Or a moment. It's ID crisis?
Yep. Hey, sorry it took so long.
Yeah, you're out there, bro. You're out there.
I had a update, and then everything's different now. So,
Everything's different, huh?
well, I mean, like I don't know what it did to my StreamYards. I don't have any logos or what do you want to call it?
Oh, sure.
It's like I gotta put Humpty Dumpty back together, and this is step one.
So you got a new system?
No, I just updated my operating system, and it made me log back into StreamYards, and I don't know why that would affect anything on the back end of that, but it did
Right.
somehow.
You should still be able to attach to your files, save it, whatever, and actually.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. But like right now, I've got no avatar. I don't know why that is. So, whatevs.
It works.
Yeah,
That's funny because it was the second that Darth Hideous said, "I don't see no ID crisis."
is that when he left and I came in?
I said, well, we'll give him a little bit more time. And then as he said that, boom, there you were. I'm like, ha.
Yeah, it's in the nick of time. All right, well, let's see. What can we? There we go.
I had invited a couple other people if they were interested.
All right.
They seem to be up. It seems I lost a couple. They fell asleep.
I don't know what happened there, man. I was decorating Easter eggs. 1 minute, I had 2 fingers of Glenfiddich. My son was nice enough to get me a bottle, and then I started losing it, And I was watching Dredd, the good one, the good Judge Dredd, the one with Carl Urban.
Okay.
And it's not a movie that you just nod off to, but I don't know what happened. You know what it probably was? I had a sugar crash. I had something with chocolate and peanut butter, and then add alcohol, and out she goes. I mean, he goes. I go. Who knows? It's 2023. I can't.
So you're saying the peanut butter cup that I had before I drank this Mike's, and these other 2 that are sitting here might not be a good idea?
Well, I mean, it could. You could crash. It might happen. You could crash. That's what seemed to have happened to me, but I'm back. I'm back for the attack. What is what did you plan on playing? And hello, Susan. I saw you say hi there. Thank you.
Figured we could just chit chat for a little bit, see what's been going on, and then we can play whatever you'd like. Right. If you want to play a Discord game, or if you want to.
Well, you might have to talk me through that one, but
Cards Against Humanity, or
yeah. I've been busy.
Be surprised who all decides to eventually show up.
Yeah, well, you want me to expert streaming right now?
Exactly.
Some place for his people to go when he's done. I know he's not going to be on forever.
Exactly.
But it was a. What's that?
I said he'll be done soon.
Yeah. Phil is correct. The visuals in that Dredd movie were great, and it's one of those ones when you find out who directed it, you start looking at the other stuff that they did, and I know he's known for at least 2 things. Besides that, The Gunman with Sean Penn. Not to say anything great about Sean Penn, but he is hard to get. I'm just IMDb'ing right here. Yeah, Pete Travis directed that, man. It was pretty good. And Vantage Point, 2008. Both pretty good. Anyways, there was a car show I think it was just this past weekend. I came home from it Sunday, and it was a power piston show in Cleveland, and I was doing a pinstripe auction benefit. So what happens at these things is a bunch of different pinstripers from around the area. We had a couple guys come in from like Long Island, a couple from Buffalo, some local guys were there. I think let's see who came the furthest. I know we might have had somebody coming in from as far. We had some guys from Chicago, but there was a good 20 or 30 different artists that were. We had a wizard from Youngstown. He does amazing stuff, but it's sponsored by One Shot, and One Shot is the paint. It's the alkyd enamel paint that we like to use, and there's a lot of really, really good artwork that went up for auction. I think we raised like $55,000 for. The charity is for trade schools. So we get more kids in trade schools, and while they're in high school and stuff, and it's kind of the thing that what you call Mike Rowe would be into. but a lot of like awesome cars there, really cool bikes and stuff. And geez, a software update is required. Crying out loud. Anyway,
After updates are required for almost
so
everything.
every time that happens, I'll like I went last year, and it's a lot of fun. We all invade the hotel lobby and drink, and then try to get up the next day and go and paint. And then the same thing happens Saturday night. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of great artwork. I actually just thought about importing the stuff into my computer now so that I could show you guys, but I updated the operating system and now it doesn't want to talk to my phone. I really hate that. I have two different ways of getting pictures into my phone, because if I update the computer, it might not work with my phone until the phone catches up. That's always the thing with Apple, is importing pictures. It's my bugaboo.
Yeah, that's the only thing with Apple.
Well, that's what I found. It's just it's the one flaw that keeps coming back. You go to plug your phone in and pictures just don't want to import. I have to use something
fix
else.
That a little bit. Was I coming through a little loud?
No, I got the joke. It's okay.
No, I think I was, because so I'm like, why was it? Yeah, see, it was all the way up to 200. I don't know why.
Okay.
I hate that. It auto adjusts itself.
Yeah, no, I get you. Oh, look at that. It is letting me import pictures.
Nice.
I know. I can't believe it.
Finally, for once, they fixed something.
Yeah. Yeah. Funny. That's okay. I mean, I'm not like I mean, I like to use Apple, but I'm not like a super fanboy. It's sort of like how you vote. I dislike Apple less than I dislike Windows. If that makes sense. It's like voting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was a lot of fun. Not a bad drive. It's only like 2 hours away from here. And the latest Big Wreck EP dropped right before I left, so I had that music to keep me on the road trip the whole way. That was a lot of fun. Everybody go listen to Big Wreck. Find them on YouTube. They're the most underrated band in the world. There, I've done my evangelism for the day. What about you? What have you been up to?
Not much. I've really been streaming a lot lately, so like personal stories are few and hard to come between, because you pretty much
they all happen here.
You say a lot of them, so like I'm kind of irked. There's this young lady, this Madeline, that's been missing out of the city of Winona, Minnesota. No, not like I really give a shit, but that's my hometown.
Okay.
So it kind of, there's something that I feel the necessary to actually cover it to a point.
Yeah.
I wanted to wait until tomorrow night, because I'm like, well, it is what it is, because I figured, Friday nights we usually don't get into that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it just found it very interesting that this young lady went missing. I really want to do a little bit more research before I cover it. But
otherwise you're just going to come back and go over stuff again.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just something that's going through my head right now, and I'm just like, this is just one of the oddest, strangest things. Something that happened in your own, stomping grounds.
There was
I know the area very well.
How long ago was it? And this is just a well, for now it's just a missing. How long has she been gone for?
A week.
Yeah. That's too long.
Right?
How often is it?
26 years old, had 2 kids.
Okay.
So it's like
Yeah.
there's some stuff that I know,
Yeah.
and I know the town very well.
Yeah.
So it's a town right off the Mississippi River.
So so that's going to be like right on the edge of the state.
Yeah, right on the edge of the state there, right off Wisconsin. So pretty much what it comes down to is its demographic is midway between the Twin Cities and Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a lot of runs that would go through the area. And
when you say like guys, runs, you mean like
drug runs?
Oh, okay, all right.
So like these guys would get stopped off or whatever, and to take a rest, to stop at one of the cheap hotels, whatever, get caught smoking outside or something, and it just so happens that they search everything and find that they actually have tons and tons of stuff on them or whatever, and then they end up going to prison for a few years and put on probation for 20 or something, whatever. So they're pretty much now permanently left in this small town, which creates a very diverse, very diverse town. And then on top of it, it has a university. Winona State University is very, very prominent nursing school that feeds into the rest of the Minnesota states and colleges and universities or whatever to put students through and then into the medical field, such as places like Mayo Clinic, which would be Rochester, so really close nearby.
Okay.
So then you'd also have the University of St. Mary's. Now that's an international school. So international school also in this town. When college is in session, this 28,000 person town would actually explode to about 34 to
no, I get
40,000.
Yeah, yeah, because it's
so
it's
many
students. Main part of the economy.
Right. So many students would dump into this town to go to these colleges or whatever. And
there's a spot on the way north of Pittsburgh where my wife actually had gone to school in that little town. That's all that is. That whole industry, any of the restaurants and stuff, it's all.
Your microphone cut out. You said it's all, and then you went out. So then, 28,000. Yeah, technically, when it's a city. It is. It's not really a small town. To me, it's a small town because I grew up in it. I've walked every square mile, square inch of that town, every alley. I grew up in it. It totally, I know every little part of that town. When you actually, I got in trouble in town. Went to school, did everything that you can possibly think of. This town was the town that I grew up in, and now all of a sudden, I'm sitting here and I'm like, no, wait a minute here. There's somebody missing. They've been missing for a week out of this town. This isn't normal for them to be missing for this long.
Okay, that shouldn't work. Am I too loud?
No, you're fine. You're good. I don't know why you keep on cutting out though. Like your microphone keeps on shutting off. I don't know if that's your speak to.
No, I don't know what it is. It's doing it on its own. It's switching between USB, which is what it's on, to a default aggregate device, which is what I use. Like if I want to capture,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back out and come back in or something. I don't know
Okay.
what I don't know what's going on.
This sounds good. Sounds good. So then I'm just going to continue anyway because I had a thought in my head. So it's basically we live on the town rests on the Mississippi River. So then right along the Mississippi River, that it is, it seems that there's several people, at least once or twice a year, that fall in in some way, shape, or form, and dive rescue is actually called out to actually, pull them out of the water. Now, from what I heard, was this guy that was the boyfriend that they were supposedly breaking up. They had dropped the children off at school. They were breaking up that week. That this guy hasn't spoken since about where she is. All he called it in that she was missing.
Okay, hopefully that's
okay. So I was just kind of continuing because I had half a thought on it or whatever. So what's
going on? It keeps just kicking me off my own mic for some stupid reason. I don't know why.
That's ridiculous. I don't
know
like it.
It's going to do it in like a couple seconds again, I think. Anyway, all right. Well, whatever. I'll listen.
Now that we're paying attention to it, we're like, okay, no, is it going to? No.
It's well, yeah, exactly. It's aggravating, man.
So that so then basically, what it comes down to is the Mississippi River runs right along the side of the town there or whatever. So then it collects people a couple times a year.
I get you.
Just because of what it is, and just like the train tracks that run straight through town usually collect at least one person a year, if not two.
Yeah, people just go missing.
Right, and it's weird, how things happen or whatever. Well, so then supposedly this guy, hasn't spoken since.
Okay.
This occurred. He called it in as she's missing, but then hasn't said a word.
He hasn't said a word voluntarily. Or they can't find him either.
Well, I mean, no, they found him. They've questioned him, but apparently he's been quiet and hasn't said a word.
Okay.
Which makes me suspicious of him. Right then and there, he's like, "Oh, what did he do?" Because if it wasn't you, you speak up and you do what you can to. If you're like, I want to get out, I want to find her. Where is what can we do? What's the to clam up?
Is there anything I can do to help? And
right,
to
clam up, kind of makes him right. Very very sus, very very sus that he won't say anything. No, like I said, this river actually, there's a lot to go along with it. So now, if I go on I really want to actually cover this in more in depth. So I don't really want to go into this too far, but it was just something that was in my head, something that was, going on, I'm gonna pull up this article here. This person here. Now, I don't know this person personally. I know somebody that does know this person personally. Here's let's put this back over there. Here's Madeline Kingsbury. So this young lady here has a couple children. So this is last Friday morning. So this is a week ago. Um, plus plus a day almost, I suppose, because now we're looking at it'd be 11:35 for this particular time zone that they're in. So when you kind of have to plus a day. Dropped her two young children off at a daycare in Minnesota. She was never seen or heard from again. Now, 1 week, a desperate search is underway to find this missing 26-year-old Maddie, whose disappearance has been described as involuntary and suspicious. Investigators are honing in on the movements and the mothers of two blue Chrysler Town and Country vans. In the hours she made the kids drop off on the 31st of March. The father of her children, who has not been named by authorities, has told police he borrowed her car during that time and then returned it to her home to find her gone. It's a mystery that has captured the attention of the community in Winona County, which has rallied around and joined in searches for missing mother. The emotional press conference on Wednesday, Ms. Kingsbury's sister sobbed as she announced a $50,000 reward for the information leading to her sister's whereabouts. Here's what we know about the case. Last known movements. So then it actually goes through this quite more in depth. And it says, and there's the blue minivan, and the cops actually speak about the van, and then there's a search, and then you can see that they're actually searching this valley here. When you actually look at these pictures closer, this here, so then you can see this is the Mississippi River, right? Borders Wisconsin, right? So then Lake Winona, there's a road that splits the two lakes, but you can still get underneath it. There's a little tunnel that keeps them together as one. It's kind of weird.
So it's not a dam.
No, it's
so it doesn't act like a dam. Yeah.
No, it's just a road that cuts through the center of it because they made it that way to attach to Highway 61 that runs this length here. Mm-hmm. So it runs north south is pretty much the way that goes. So then you can see 43 that goes across the water. That comes up, and this comes up, goes through this valley here, and at the top of the valley, it actually attaches to I-90. I-90 runs, Boston to Seattle, right? So
yeah,
this highway cuts through that way. So then 14, you can see 14. It looks like 14 comes from this side, which is also 61 for quite a distance.
Right.
14 goes all the way across the state of Minnesota, all the way across the state of South Dakota, and on further. In both directions. When it comes down to how far these highways run, is ridiculous. That one pretty much heads straight up to Rochester, right at 14. So I mean, right towards Mayo. Now Mayo had just bought what was the old Kmart, not even a year or two ago, and turned it into a clinic, which had been part of Mayo. So there's a good chance that this young lady that was going into the nursing field working for Mayo could have actually been working in this town at that particular clinic. They do have a branch there. So there's lots of little small details about this particular case that are fairly interesting.
Okay.
So
you don't want to drop them right now. That's all right. I was like, because I'm like, I know you don't want to
I mean, there's nothing else. Nobody else wants to really join us to play games or whatever. So I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
kind of
okay.
like, I just go change the title to the show.
Well, I
And
can do well here. I was gonna do.
we can go through a
I
couple
mean,
of these things,
basically, it's
whatever.
like a
Because I mean,
basically it's like a slideshow, I guess. But window. Let me see. Here, I just show you some images from Cleveland if you want to share my screen, and I'll try the mic. It keeps doing it.
what is this?
Yeah, this isn't like it looks like a I don't want to say a 32. It's like a Model T Roadster. It's nothing but glitter. This is a T-shirt that I had just made. I couldn't help it. Um, yeah, this is from the car show. I mean, this thing is just so badass. Look at those louvers in the hood. You ever been to one of these things?
I've been to plenty of car shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I just checking. But this is what the table looks like when you go across and see all the artwork and stuff. That panel at the bottom was that eyeball one was one of mine. So they want you to come with a couple of them so that you're not just sitting there working the entire time. That you can actually, hang out with people you haven't seen for a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
My fat
Absolutely.
finger in the way. See, there's a couple of toxic male pails in the back. Those are mine. But these are all just like they'll work on them through the year and then they'll bring them. They're nice and clear coated and stuff. And it gives you a pretty good idea of how much the stuff is worth because you'll hear how much your stuff goes for while you're there versus if a show in Pittsburgh versus a show. So it'll give you an idea of like what where all the cheapskates are. And I got everything I know is they're all around here. But there's this one thing at the end. There's this one dude that his name's Joe. He goes by Stronghold Designs. He's retired now, a fairly young guy, but he used to be a trying to think of it. Whenever somebody comes in a copter rescue, there's the pilot, there's the guy at the top, and then the guy that jumps in the water, like a rescue diver. Like he was a rescue diver. So he's a big, fit dude, and he got.
You're breaking up. I lost you.
Yeah, he's for displaying military medals.
Well,
And
okay. So like I said, so. What I can do here is I can change the title. So I changed the title.
yeah,
I changed the title. Let's cover it. Let's do this. If you're interested, we'll just cover it because
sure.
it needs to be covered sooner than later, as opposed to just being left to
All right,
not be gone through.
sure.
If you're interested, or you're interested in something like that.
Yeah. I
on a
mean,
Friday night?
I can hang out. It's not my usual thing. It's actually something my wife would be interested in, but she's in bed. But I don't have a problem with that. I love this fan. Did you see that fan? This is. I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
there's only a couple of seconds left, but it's a freaking. I was like, that's genius. And it just had to be like sitting around the garage, me going like, you know what, honey, that fits perfect in there. Just take the one half of it off, and I'd like to try one of those. Now, it's like old garbage cans and stuff, and then you'll see. I was recording it from my boss,
Those are pretty cool.
and it's
Hello,
right.
Charlemagne. So we're looking at a couple
There.
things here, real quick. That ID Crisis was at a show with,
Yeah,
and then we're actually gonna cover this Madeline Kingsbury missing case out of Winona, Minnesota, because there's some information that I think I might be able to kind of give maybe to our viewers that some may not.
But this is the end of the video, and I'm just gonna let you do your thing. But he actually
you're good.
Takes it takes like 2x4s and stacks them together, and then carves them out on glues them together and carves them out on a router. And I believe each one of these stripes is like one.
A stripe is a piece.
Yeah, it's like one. It's a 2x4, each one of them, and then you basically just like stack them together and then carve them out and carve these folds into it, and then put a piece of glass over it. Put the and it's a thing for displaying like your medals for when you're in the military. These things go for about $4,000 each, and it's just something he started doing and. Like, wow, it's such an original idea. I've never.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But Stronghold on Instagram. I'm gonna grab a bottle of water. 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, basically, what I'm talking about here, so then you can see that the title actually changed to just a chatting game, as it seems there's a couple people that decided that they retired, didn't want to show. I'm fine with that. We changed it. It's actually myself and ID Crisis. We're going to actually look at this Madeline Kingsbury case. This Madeline Kingsbury case seems to be very interesting, and it's interest of mine because of where it comes out of, and kind of how close it is to myself. It really I feel it needs to be covered. So I asked ID to be here, so he's here. If at any point in time you're just like, I've had enough of this, I'm out, just say something. It's fine. So then this is a daycare drop-off, a blue van, missing mother of 2, what we know about Madeline Kingsbury's disappearance. So this is out of the Independent. So it says last Friday, and I know that I read some of this already, but it's okay. It says last Friday morning, Madeline Kingsbury dropped off 2 young children off at their daycare in Minnesota. She was never seen or heard of from again. Now, 1 week on, a desperate search is underway to find the missing 26-year-old Maddie, whose disappearance has been described as involuntary and suspicious. Now, in this 1 week since she's been missing, I know Minnesota very well. Temperatures fluctuate, and they drop really cold at night. I've lived in this town for a long time, and in Minnesota, it really seriously gets super, super cold. There's no way that if she didn't have somewhere to go, somewhere at all, that she'd make it that many nights out in the cold. This is very, very cold temperatures. When I say very, very cold temperatures, like this past week, we're probably looking at, low 20s, maybe even teens at the highest for temperatures, because it's so cold, especially right off the between the lakes and the river. You really get some, if it gets windy, it gets really cold. Because then you get that wind chill that comes off of that water. So it says investigators are honing in the movements of mothers of 2 blue Chrysler. The mother of 2's blue Chrysler Town and Country van in the hours after she made the kids drop off on March 31st. The father of her children, who has not been named by authorities, has told police he borrowed her car during that time and then returned to her home to find her gone. So he just so happens to stumble across this van, or be borrowed the van, and just so happens when he comes back with the van that she's just so happens to be missing, that just this is her van. He just so happened, she borrowed it to me. Oh, she borrowed you the van, huh? Where's she?
In the back, dead. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's what you're suspected.
Right. And so where was the what did you do to her? Where did you go with her? There's plenty of water in the area.
Well, yeah, it's what the land of 1,000 lakes, right?
Land of 10,000, and actually, when you do it's actually land of 12,340 or something like that. It's a massive amount of lakes, but the Mississippi River starts up in Lake Itasca up in Minnesota and moves itself along that eastern border. And this town of Winona, it falls seriously right there on that border, right next to Wisconsin. So, within
I mean, it's
within
it's
10, 15
suspicious.
minutes, you can be out of town. You can be in Wisconsin super easily. So
It's suspicious, but I mean, you have to have it's got to be a little bit more ironclad. Sorry, I don't.
no, right.
Can't believe-
There's
I
a lot
can't
more
believe the mic is
information that
staying on
needs
this
to
long.
be. that
Yeah,
needs
but
to
I
be
mean,
found.
it is kind of weird. You borrowed her van.
Immediately, everybody's seriously like, that guy.
Well, they're going to point at him anyways, aren't they? I mean, isn't that the first place you go? I mean, it's like in The Fugitive or.
Oh yeah, and apparently, from somebody that knows this person, he stopped talking.
About everything.
He just stopped talking.
Well, maybe he went to law school. Because last time I checked,
Maybe
the
he's
first
been
thing you're
paying
supposed to
attention
do
to
is
YouTube.
shut the fuck up.
maybe there's lots of maybes on that. It's like, oh, okay, he learned somewhere that he just needs to shut up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
basically.
mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate, but that's kind of the thing. I mean, he hasn't lawyered up either, has he? Officially?
Not that I'm quite aware of. There's a couple articles to go through to actually figure out what is all the information that's out there at this moment.
Yeah, right.
And I'm sure there's more if we actually look her up. There's probably video of like I'd seen video. I'd seen the police actually saying.
Yeah, they're giving you more
Officer
information.
Williams actually saying, what needed to actually be done.
Is he actually considered a person of interest? I mean, it would be kind of a foregone
Yeah,
conclusion that he would be.
He has to be a person of interest. There's no way that he couldn't be a person of interest.
Right. So it would be the suspicious look would be to lawyer up before you're arrested. And it would also be stupid to not lawyer up after you're arrested. So you're going to be arrested.
I mean,
okay, fine, and then,
immediately, even if you're just being looked at as a person of interest, you immediately just be like, I think I need a lawyer.
Well, I would let my lawyer know that that's happening, but I wouldn't come outright and like anybody asshole with a camera pointed at me like, I got a lawyer. Oh, really? Have you been arrested? No, but
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You be sure that you actually had one.
Yeah, exactly. It would
if
be
you were
like making
concerned.
two chess moves in a row.
Right.
The person on the other side is going to be like, "What are you doing?" Just covering my butt,
Right.
So yeah.
Let's hit this. It's a mystery that they captured the attention of the community of Winona County, which is rallied around and joined the searchers of missing mother. In an emotional press conference on Wednesday, Ms. Kingsbury's sister sobbed as she announced the $50,000 reward for information leading to her sister's whereabouts. Here's what we know so far about the case. Last known movements: Ms. Kingsbury and the father of her children dropped the two children aged 2 and 5 off at the daycare at around 8 a.m., what the police said. At around 8:15, the mother of the two returned to her home. Her whereabouts after this time remained a mystery. So 8 until 8:15. So if it's really dependent on how far away the daycare is to the home. In 15 minutes, you can make it all the way across town.
Okay.
There's quite a, like, even if you just started on one end of town and had to hit every road going at speed limit, it would only take you 10 minutes to go the whole length of town. The width of town would only take you about 3.5 to 4. It's super narrow and long, is how the town is laid out. So then the area that they have cordoned off is not in town. It's kind of on the outskirts of, and in the valley that they have it that marked out or whatever. It's like, well, there's a lot of people that live up in that area, but at the same time, it's a large wooded area. There's lots of there's an elk farm up there. There's a couple other things that go on. It's been a very, very large wooded area. And then there's a park. There's a park off to the one spot. So I'd assume that they would have, searched the majority of those areas to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
This park is like a lookout park, whatever. You actually get up to the top of that bluff, and you can overlook the whole town. So it's pretty cool shot when you actually see it, because you're just like, oh, that's pretty cool. You can actually see our whole town from the top of the bluff. One of the few towns that are actually grid patterned out.
Yeah.
So this is at around 8:15. The mother to return to her home. Her whereabouts after the time remained a mystery. She failed to show up for work, something the police said that is very unlike her. And her cell phone, wallet, ID, and jacket she was wearing that morning were all found inside the home. So, no attempt to even go to work. If her cell phone, wallet, ID, and jacket that she was wearing that morning were all found inside the home. So, I mean, the father of the children told investigators that he left Miss Kingsbury's home at around 10 a.m., driving off in her 2014 dark blue Chrysler Town and Country minivan. So there's a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
She's a pretty girl. It's too bad. He said that he returned later that day and found Miss Kingsbury wasn't home. Friends and family members tried to contact the 26-year-old that day, but couldn't get a hold of her. Now, This is a Minnesota town.
Yeah.
This is this is a Minnesota town. This isn't somewhere where you don't talk to your family or whatever. This is somewhere. This is like, I know I don't talk to mine, but I have reasons. There's things that
No, I know what you mean. It's like it's small enough where everybody knows everybody's business.
Right. Everybody knows everybody's business.
Yeah.
Everybody always talks about everybody else's business. Very, very nosy, Mayberry-ish town, and that's why I always call it such a small town.
Yeah.
Because everybody knew everybody. Though it's large enough to be considered a city, it really, when school's not in session, you see everybody that you see it in the grocery store. You say hi to, at the church, at the whatever which there's several.
The Mayberry factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So,
but it does say that. What is it? Unusual behavior for her, and right there at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
No persons of interest, no suspects.
Right. Again,
And
please.
I mean, that could be there because they're not
her.
saying that he's got alibis or not. It's just a,
No suspects, no person of interest.
It's one of those things where, holy shit, somebody that I interact with or have a personal relationship on like a daily basis. They said
here's that. However, right? However,
yeah,
they appear to be focusing movements on Kingsbury's minivan, and are asking the public to help in tracing his journeys on the day of her disappearance.
Did they say what year it is? What year the van is? Because if it's just like, yeah, and the only reason I'm asking is because, like some cars come standard with like
2014 dark blue Chrysler Town and Country.
2014 might not have it. I know, like I had a 2010 OnStar or a 2010 HHR that had OnStar that I unplugged. I didn't have it. It was just one of those things. Like just because I don't have a subscription doesn't mean they're not watching. Like that. But like cars now, I mean, almost all of them come with technology because the computer that's on board is using the same satellites that your phone does to do the maps and stuff. I'm surprised, unless they need some kind of a warrant to get that data so that they can track the movements of the van while it was missing.
Exactly, Tweety. If he was innocent, he would have behaved differently than the way he has described. I totally agree. His behavior is unusual. What's that?
Well, besides just being quiet. I mean, I'm not to say that I'm not saying that he is or that he isn't, but you start talking, and if you realize what's at stake, you're going to start acting nervous, even if you're not guilty. And let's face it, there are some law enforcement out there that are just looking for some sort of a feather in their hat, and they don't care if it's your life that goes down the drain.
This guy right here, Officer Tom Williams, his wife was my babysitter as a kid. This man has arrested me several times, and yes, he's a total jerk. He's one of the worst. One of the worst cops. Oh yes, I know him personally.
I hope I wasn't getting a bottle of water when you said that before, because that's funny.
I have interest in this particular case because of the people that I actually know. So it's like I know him. I really
I'm not going to ask what you were doing.
This guy looks familiar, but the family doesn't look familiar to me.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing that I would really be like, oh, that's I really don't know him. I've lived in multiple different places throughout this town, and right where this road, where 14 is here, this road actually divides the city of Winona from the city of Goodview. Goodview is its own city technically, though it's attached only by one road. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
There's plenty of towns that are like that. They're right next to each other. I just when you look at the area that they're looking at, so they're like Gilmore Avenue, or Gilmore Valley Road, all the way up and through and back down Garvin Heights hill. So this hill right here, whatever, there's this road that comes through this bottom side of this park that attaches to a service road, which I could probably hit a different map to actually get you closer to what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
and that. Where it says the city park, whatever, there's these series of trails that actually attach to this park that overlooks the city. It sits right about in this particular. Oops, and then I hit the. Come
You're
on.
looking for that arrow, right? There you go.
Yeah, I was looking for my cursor. So
Yeah.
right where this park is here,
Yeah, right.
there's an overlook that overlooks that whole area.
Yeah, that place does look really small. I mean, how many city blocks is that? Not many.
It's not, and that's why I say though it says it's 28,000. We're really kind of compact in there, whatever. It's not really spread out as much as you'd like to think it would be.
And then a lot of cow tipping area.
Yes, absolutely. The top of these, when you look at Minnesota, you can see the fjords of where the old ice caps would have been or whatever that would have scraped up through that area.
Mm-hmm.
And you can actually see where they settled and where they didn't. The top of the fjords all have farmlands and whatnot. My parents live out in one of the subdivision outside of town, which it would take you like
what is the
15 minutes to
definition of a
drive in.
fjord? Is that like a plateau?
They're like scrapes of hill that are left over from when ice pulls back on the side of the cliff or whatever. It's really weird how it's actually formed.
Okay. I mean, that sounds like a lot of Germans are there.
There's not. There's more Polish.
Because that's
and
totally
Norwegian.
a German word. It's got to be.
It's more Polish Norwegian for the town. The word?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's like Norwegian. Yeah, fjord. Okay, I see what you mean. It's what is it? Narrow. What do they call it?
Yeah. So I mean, they lived in these valleys.
Long narrow inlet of the ocean created in a valley carved by.
You'd get tornadoes up in these top areas or whatever, but you would never get one down inside this valley.
Oh sure, no, yeah.
We've only whatever.
I mean, there's enough hills around here. Nothing like this. Nothing drastic like this, but there's but yeah, this looks like images of Denmark that I've seen. But yeah, I see what you're talking about. Oh, man, is that pretty? Norway fjord trekking. Yeah, it's sort of like it looks like every once in a while you see a landmass that the coyote would have fallen off of, unless it's the same, the same location.
But right, so then this huge area, for them to go and search this area, it's going to take them a few days. Okay. It's very dense forest. This is not something that's just easy to walk across or just because you see there's a couple roads that cut through there.
Tweety's
it's
asking.
It's very hilly area, whatever. Though Winona in itself, because you can see what the lakes are or whatever.
Sure. Well, you can tell
technically an island.
You can tell how flat it is by the way the streets are laid out.
Right. Yeah. Though it's technically an island because all these little lakes or whatever, there's little creeks that actually attach them all stuff through these lakes, all the way through there. It's considered an island. The rest of it is not. The rest of this area that's up in here, whatever, there's golf courses and there's other things, like the equestrian centers and there's elk farms. There's lots of fields for feed, like cow feed,
grazing
or soybeans or whatever. Yeah. Right, you get a lot of different things or whatever that throughout. There's a lot of farm.
I can see how they're calling it an island because it's hyphenated enough with water that it might as well be.
Oh, like I said, there's a little creek that actually runs off of the edge of that actually attaches to these other ones that attach to the river. That's what they call it that way.
That does look like a neat place, though.
This river.
I mean, you got in trouble there. You probably got in trouble while you're having fun, so it must be a fun place.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially with that college there, the nursing school.
Pretty nurses.
There's one building that was positioned that was considered a dorm. It was all women's dorm. It had 14 floors, which we all know 13th floor never exists. Right. So we called it the 13 floors of horrors. Seriously, girls galore.
Oh man. I'm sure I've never been able to get there myself, but I'm sure there are people that think that scrubs are kinky or at least mildly attractive. Like how everybody's got that one thought. I just love to see a girl in fill in the blank of whatever the outfit is. Like I
Sure.
always thought overalls were cute or something like that. But I'm sure there's plenty of guys out that are just
That's
like, I
interesting. ID
love
Crisis just says
scrubs.
he likes overalls on
Yeah,
girls.
I mean,
Overalls on
I,
girls.
I can't explain it. Like, you know what I mean? It just looks like it looks like it's somebody that you could actually have like fun with. Like that's one of the like very laid back. You know what I mean?
Right.
Fun loving, whatever you want to call it. But I'm sure there's guys that could, in the same way that in the same way that there's chicks that are just obsessed over the way a fireman wears his uniform or something like that. That there's going to be guys out there that are like, I love nurses because of the scrubs. I'm not me personally, but there's got to be that there's got to be that out there. Anyways, so this missing woman, I just thought
no, you're fine.
Just
no,
an
you're fine.
aside.
So Chief Williams confirmed that the vehicle is not missing and that both the van and Miss Kingsbury's home have been searched.
Mhm.
Surveillance footage captured a vehicle matching the description of the van driving from the home along the highways and through Winona County and Fillmore County before heading back to the house. So now,
No, but is that considered out of the ordinary travel?
no, not necessarily, but Fillmore County, that's not even where Rochester would be Olmsted County. So Fillmore County, for whatever reason, that he would drive into Fillmore County would be very interesting because there's not very many places that you'd be able to get to from Winona to Fillmore County within that time frame. So that would pretty much leave you to the point of so that there's like I said, there's plenty of water featured through this whole area. So that there's a creek that actually runs itself from Rushford all the way down through Preston to Harmony that actually follows that whole area that people do a lot of tubing on. So this area is very well traveled, very well known. So if you made it all the way to Fillmore County, that area that they had shown in the first map for the projection or whatever would not cover this whole area. Hold on here. Let's see if I can't get this map to show up for you. So this one here. So here's Winona up. Can you see my cursor? No, you can't. Okay, so then here's Winona up in here. This is the area that that was on the map. So the map actually showed this Highway 14, and here's 43, and you can see where this road kind of winds through here. It actually had that red line around the outside of that road, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So if you see, to get to Rushford, Lanesboro area, whatever, it takes about an hour to travel from Winona to that area and back.
Okay.
Usually, most people would take 43 to the top of the hill, and then they would take 90 to this road that shoots straight down into Rushford. By the time
So
you
you're
hit
saying
Rushford, you're about an
it's
hour.
not the fastest route. Anyways, like where the
That
van is
would be the
going
fastest
is
route to get to there. Would be go up 43 across 90
yeah, but the
and then
van
down
didn't
that
take
road.
that route, is what you're saying.
I'm not so positive on that.
Oh, okay.
So
But that's
that
going to be like where the van went that day is going to be like important information. Normally, I go two exits one way to work. Sometimes I've got, like Monday, I'm going to be driving about that distance to another side gig after I'm done with work or something like that. But if I ended up taking my truck and going into like some location that I've never been, okay, and I'm not going there to collect money, that would be suspicious. You know what I mean? Like if I was going someplace where I would normally have, like I've got side gigs, or it's the grocery store, or it's someplace that you would normally go, right? And this is not that. We don't know.
no,
We don't know
there's
that the
actually a
place
lot of
that
people
van
that
wouldn't
actually
normally
do
go.
take this trip from Winona to Rushford or from Rushford back down to Winona because there's factories in Winona where
Yeah.
there aren't in Rushford. So you get a lot of people that actually travel that to work.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but what I mean
Like
is
they
like, but
live
not,
there, but they work in Winona,
but
type
not
thing or whatever.
that.
So
But what about that van?
yeah, see, and that's the thing. When we
Yeah.
actually look at this particular case, it sounds like they actually live in Winona County
Right.
and not Fillmore County. So why would they be traveling to Fillmore County? So it says um, through Winona County and Fillmore County before heading back to the house. After the vehicle returned home, it's not believed to have gone anywhere else. During Wednesday's press conference, police refused to say who was driving the van. It's not information we can share at this time, they said. The police chief said that there's nothing to indicate that she had left the residence on foot or in another vehicle. The two children are safe, and there does not appear to be any threat to the public, police said. The search, a huge multi agency search, is underway to find the missing mother and bring her home safe. Search teams have been looking near her home and along the highways that the van has been traveling along for clues as to her whereabouts. Police said officials have searched on foot, in vehicles, by water, and by air. No stone is being left unturned, and we're missing and we're using every tool to our disposal. And investigators are asking residents in both Winona County and Fillmore County to check their home security cameras for any signs of Miss Kingsbury's minivan driving by or stopping. If there's nothing in the footage, police are urging residents not to delete footage captured from March 31st to April 1st. Residents and landowners of the city of Winona, Wilson Township, and Hillsdale Township are also asked to search their acreage, wooded property, outbuildings, vehicles, trails, and anything suspicious, such as signs of disturbance. As the police chief said, your information may be final piece that brings Maddie home. So I mean, again, we show that area again that they're actually searching. And you can see, like I showed you on the larger
Right. Yeah.
map, there's
Where the
14,
right
there's
where that
43,
local
and
road.
there's
Yeah. Looks like a
that
local road.
local road that wrapped through there. That's 21.
Mm-hmm.
So this, when you get up here to where 44 is, whatever, this actually cuts all this straight through and then winds itself down the road to a service drive that actually feeds to 1461
Mm-hmm.
at right at this intersection that's in between the two lakes. So this area is easy to actually travel around to a point. At that point in time, because of the way things are actually taken care of in Minnesota, they do salt and plow all of their highways.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're getting the
MnDOT
same kind
comes
of
out.
winters, yeah.
See, it's totally different around here. South Dakota, they don't do that. They shut the stuff down. Like interstate shut, you don't travel.
Right. No, I mean,
Around
yeah, they
there,
don't do
they
that.
don't do that. They plow
hand
that
out.
stuff. They salt it. They make sure that you're able to get out and about.
They
So
pass
everything's
out
pretty
chains. I know, man.
Right.
I grew up in Buffalo. It's
much.
I don't understand. Like school snow days is weird. I mean, around
Right.
here in southwestern Pennsylvania, you'll get days closed for different reasons, and it usually has to do with ice, because ice and hills and gravity equals unpredictability. Having snow on the road's not the same. Having ice on these roads is different, but mostly because it's the hills.
So see, now these ones would be still maintained by the county. The county would
Yeah.
actually come out and they would actually plow all these other low maintenance roads or
Yeah.
lower maintenance roads or whatever that
Yeah.
that wouldn't cover.
Yeah,
But-
they do, but I mean, like as far as they
The
won't have a
city
day
is
off,
very
but they
very
might have a
well
school.
funded when it comes to plowing streets.
Oh, you
they
have
come
to,
out.
otherwise the city would shut down.
Well, see, and that's the thing is this city that I live in right now actually shuts down. You know, so that's exactly the totally opposite from when I grew up knowing.
It's
So it's
weird.
like they would
isn't
go out and they'd clear the streets. They'd have the roads. They'd have everything cleared and ready to go
it? It's
for
weird.
bus routes early in the morning.
Yeah.
You're like, God dang.
Well, I mean, we'll have it. Well, the school buses might have a 2-hour delay, but it's never. They try to keep school day, like snow days, down to a minimum. Otherwise, it would be, But I don't know. I understand what you mean. I mean, when I was growing up in Buffalo, when you saw plows coming down a 6-lane divided highway, you could hear the ride of the Valkyries. They just knew how to do it. It was just, all right, there's snow, and now there's not snow, and everybody can go out there and, do their bit for king and country and make their money.
Sure. So it just rounds itself out real quick with it. The sister asking for the $50,000 reward and all possibilities of what had actually happened to this mother of two. It's very sad to actually hear that such a thing has actually happened, and these kids get to grow up not having their mother.
No, the not knowing's got to be terrible.
And potentially, if depending on where this case actually does go, as somebody else as well. So you can see this here. This is a second article. This is live updated 45 minutes ago. So there could be lots of interesting updates that we just aren't aware of quite yet. So it says Madeline Kingsbury
Family
missing.
is harassed. Yeah, I guess that's why those
500
fingers get
joined
pointed.
mass search of what we've right. Families harassed. Right there's some interesting goings on. Hold on here. Hello, Winning.
Hello.
Oh, what's up?
How's it going?
What's up, brother?
How you doing, bro?
Good, man. How you been?
Busy as
Yeah.
normal. Yeah, sure.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Busy's good, man. Busy's good.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I actually I'm not terribly upset with the way things are going, but I'm still not in I need to go talk to a financial advisor level yet. Not yet.
Well, financial advisor level is like, that's good, right?
Yeah. Like you're like, I need to figure out how to, invest this for retirement and things like that. But I did talk to one the other day, just to give me an idea what the game board looks like, so I know what spot to start in. But
Nice.
yeah, so it's bills are paid.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How's
Thanks.
it going, crowd? Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Going good.
Judge Maddie's got an interesting question. No America shirts.
Judge Maddie is
Sad.
missing America shirts.
Yeah.
I can't force the
Yes.
guy to make himself come around. He'll come around again this week a couple times.
Yeah.
We'll have more shows with him.
I just
But yeah,
it took me a
it's a
second.
Friday
Like,
night,
what
so-
is he saying? It's all emojis. That takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
We all know that the real glowies show their face. I mean,
Glitter
So the
fart.
one's
Yeah,
called-
that's
they always do. Always do. Why would they hide their face? That's so stupid. What retard came up with that? That's what I want to know.
But with the white mask and
that-
everybody
yeah,
wearing the same khakis, you mean those
Well,
guys?
no, that people online, without that don't like show their face are somehow feds. Like that's the most retarded, backwards thing I ever
here.
heard in my life.
I got.
Sometimes people it's spread around though, like like a
How's
bad
that?
STD somehow.
Does that give you an idea where I stand on things?
Always, that's never in doubt. ID crisis,
Right. I need to turn that into a T-shirt because nobody's
right?
kicked me off of Twitter for that one yet. Those people don't work on cars. They don't know what that means. Did it? Unless that joke just went over everybody's head.
I realize you guys are reading the news. I didn't mean to cut in and flew off the flow of the show here. So I'll just
No,
mute out
no,
here
it's
and
okay.
just go.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's okay because it's not my show. Cool Frog, is it okay?
No, I'd let you in. If I didn't want you in here, I would have just told you to stay back there.
Right.
And
Okay.
we would have continued our story time. So, this case really has a big interest of mine, and that's why we're covering this, because I feel that it needs to be covered. And
Mhm.
because nobody else was here right away, it was just easier just to cover it with the person that was here. So, being that we've covered it as far as we have, I feel that we should actually do it its justice and try covering it. There's not a lot, and it looks like it's been updated within the last 45 minutes. So there might be some interesting details at the end. We don't know. So it's the father who has now been described specifically as police as her husband said that they returned home and he departed for work in her van at around 10 a.m. Alarm bells were raised when Miss Kingsbury failed to pick up the children from the daycare that afternoon, which police described as extremely out of character for her, which I would assume they got from somebody else in the family. They won't come up with the extreme out of character because how do they don't know that.
Well,
Her
I'm not going to say. Well, no, of course you can't say for sure. She's habitually late picking her kids up from wherever. My wife, if she was 15 minutes late or 10 minutes
no, right.
late,
That's what I'm saying. It's the
didn't answer her
daycare lady's
phone.
the one that said this is extremely out of character, not the
Right,
police.
right.
It's the police. I hate it when
No,
they
I
say
mean the police are saying it through
described
her.
it.
Right? Yeah,
The police didn't
Yeah.
describe shit. The daycare lady described it as being extremely out of character for her.
yeah.
Her disappearance was labeled as involuntary and suspicious. Local law enforcement agencies organized a mass search on Friday morning with a sign-up sheet showing nearly 1,000 volunteer slots were filled. It comes as official Facebook page for the case put out a stern warning against harassing members of Miss Kingsbury's family who have offered a $50,000 reward for the information of her whereabouts. So this is 58 minutes ago. Madeline Kingsbury's sister pleads for her safe return. Miss Kingsbury's elder sister, Megan, addressing the media on Wednesday, offered $50,000 reward. To be honest, I don't know everything. Madeline is many things. She's a mother, a sister, a daughter. One of those speeches that you get from every single person. That's just like, I love her so much, and I wish that she would come back. And that's exactly what everybody wants is for that to be actually, for her to be found. Now she's in this town of Winona, Minnesota. Like I said, very cold in Minnesota, and especially around this time of season, it might warm up a little bit, but overnight, you're definitely dropping below that freezing point, and this gets very dangerous, especially right off the Mississippi River like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, there's plenty of people that have gone missing in that river over the years, over and over again. So it says Madeline's hardworking and dedicated mother. Family is everything to her, and she's grown into an impressive and beautiful young woman. Please help us find Madeline and the children. Which it looks like that was the 59 minutes ago. That was an hour ago. Is that she's actually still pleading for her obvious safe return. So she still hasn't been found as of this point in time. So it's been a week and a day. It's kind of disturbing.
How many kids?
Two. They look like they were 2 and 4.
Yeah, that looks about 26 years old.
And the reason I have such interest in this particular case, since this watch aerial footage shows extent of today's search, which it seems to be a missing file in itself, which we can actually go and search for and actually look for if that's something that we're interested in doing. If we're not interested in doing it, this case will continue to show up in everything I do until it's actually figured out. Like I said, this is my hometown. This is where I'm originally from. So this
is that like born and raised.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, born and raised in this town. So it's like you can see that here. There's Winona Police Department now. They've broadened their search range. That was their original area. Now look at this. They have an area that's over. That's upriver, so to the left of the original screen in those little lakes.
Upriver.
Upriver. That's exactly.
Now, why? I mean, stupid question, but if they're going upriver, is it still considered like
this is a
local
Facebook
to where
post.
The home is?
This is a Facebook post. I can't actually pull up Facebook posts, so I don't have a Facebook account.
I used to not have one, and then
I used to not have one, and then I yeet myself from shows because
cliffhanger. Find out why ID Crisis used to have a Facebook account on the next episode of.
Oh, there he is.
That was me. I clicked on a link and I didn't open a tab first.
We're like, oh, that was fun because also just like boom, gone.
Yeah, I know. And then I was talking about it.
Right, mid sentence.
Yeah, I figured out what was going on with the mic. My phone was plugged into the computer, so for some reason it wanted to access that microphone over and over again. That's what was happening. So wonky.
Yeah. Charlemagne, I just spent like a good hour and a half or whatever fixing my entire audio system, so I feel you on that.
He did himself again.
He did it again. ID Crisis, all with the cliffhangers.
As far as I'm concerned, like I said, I'm going to continue to cover this particular case because of the ties that I actually have to the town.
Makes sense, man. Get everybody, get the word out there, man. Maybe somebody will have some information on it, and it'll help out.
So just doing some hashtags in there real quick. See if I can't drum up some more views on this particular. Sorry about that, ID. Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm just getting boomer juice all over the stream. It's
You're okay.
You have up there, you have chat and games with ID Crisis, and I'm like with/without. Sometimes maybe a here and there hyphenated appearances by ID Crisis.
Cliffhangers.
I'm not touching anything after this. I just It's all good. It's a little bit like a leaning Jenga tower, but it's not fallen over yet. So I'm just gonna leave it alone.
Gotcha.
I know this guy. He's arrested me several times.
I know. What is several? On one hand, more than on one hand. How many times can you count? How long is your rap sheet?
Probably less than counting my feet as well.
Okay, but all because they're very righteous protests, right?
Yes, only because I protested that they had authority over me.
Right.
Why is it so quiet?
My internet.
I got it turned all the way up, and you can't hear him. How ridiculous. Okay, so I'm gonna actually stop that for now. Let's see if I can't find a better link to what they had actually said. I was supposed to go into that.
What's too loud, Judge?
So if I was
Boomers. Tweety is right.
well,
I take full responsibility for. I take full responsibility for tripping over my
Tweety, you want to come
these
show us
many
how it's
times.
done? You want to come in here and do a better job than I can? I mean, you are U.S. News. Should be well trained.
What were you going to play, though? I mean, not to get back into that other thing, but I've never done a Discord game before.
You know how to get in Discord?
No. I know how to get in Discord, but like you were saying, like doing like Discord games on a street.
Can you get it?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, like I'm.
Do you want to try doing some of that? We can kind of skip over this.
I wasn't sure if it was.
Like I said, I'm gonna cover that case more.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not done, then
I'm never gonna stop covering that case until it's actually covered because of what it is.
No, what I mean is if you're not done,
I swear she's
covering it for now. Because
I'm
you
good.
You can go back to that. You can go back to that buxom redhead standing behind the podium if you want to, just for a few minutes.
No, I'm good.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I'm in Discord. How do you do?
We have Winning Reality with us, so we
Word.
Gay. We can actually see. You're in Discord?
Yeah.
Join the voice channel.
The general right there?
Yep, the one that I just went in.
Okay.
And turn off your microphone over on that side.
Okay.
Okay, so then
crash course.
We hit. I'll hit start activity, and which depending on what we want to do, you want to play some.
I'll call a little rocket ship as start activity.
Right. There's a rocket ship. There's a rocket ship on this particular server that's been actually paid for. So there's like unlimited games on Owl. So I selected a game.
Okay, that's a paid service though to start an activity.
So it's on some of it I actually paid to actually get the full service as opposed to just the limited. So
you mean Nitro?
Yes, I paid for
Okay.
Nitro.
All right,
Yep.
all right.
So then, if you
And the
actually
happy
go
ending.
and join the game that's actually in play,
Okay, I'm gonna find that.
right above your name,
Oh, okay. Just click on the start an activity.
yep, join
All
activity.
right. Yeah, it doesn't say join. It just said start. So I'm gonna look.
Okay,
for
there
something
you
else.
are. You're right here with us.
I am.
Yep, it looks like it. Um,
Which one are we going in?
I
Which
picked Rampington. I don't care. Let's just go to the first one. Select that first one, their ID. There you go. So we've played this before. I'll share my
Gar-
screen here.
Gardic phone.
They actually moved Gardic phone over to Discord. It's kind of fun.
Is that the one I'm supposed to do?
No, you're not.
How does it work? You just roll it, or
Pull back and it snaps it forward.
Okay, I must be seeing something different.
oh,
It says that you're right here.
Oh. Okay. I have to hover over. I have to hover over where it says General Putt Party. All right, join activity. All right, I got
nice
it.
one, Frog. Nice
I
one.
was looking at the rocket ship. Okay, access your username, avatar,
Oh my
blah
God.
blah blah. Authorize.
I'm just learning.
I just, as long as I don't end up in the as the middle part of a human centipede, I'll authorize whatever.
There you go. Show everybody what we're doing.
Okay.
All right. Pull back and send your ball out across the playing field.
How is this for bumpers? Okay, I gotcha. All right, I saw that.
You
Ready?
collect those little cards and it gives you little powers to do different things to the other people. Ooh, nice shot there, winning.
Thank you.
I thought I could bank it.
Getting the hang of it.
All right. Oh, you can't put English on this thing? And you can't hit each other either.
Oh, come on.
Get in your home. That's your home. Are you afraid to go to your home?
Tap it in. Tappa, tappa, tappa.
Tappy tap.
Dude, I love that. I love Carl Weathers, man. He's awesome. He's played that piano.
Steady
We've
aim.
only just begun.
Reverse your ball. Reverse the direction. That's cool. Oh, baby. That's awesome. 2 shots from there.
Yeah, wait until you see how awesome it can actually get.
I'll guess.
Yeah, did that reversey thing work?
Yep, it did. Oh my God, what are you guys doing to me?
Hit your ball, bro.
I'm trying. Oh, oh no.
Tap it in.
Oh, you punk. Nice job.
Nice.
Activate all that stuff.
You collect those little white cards.
Why does? Oh, I thought it doesn't bounce like it was bouncing before. Was that something that you put in there, where the ball sticks to the wall? Because I hit
Yeah, I
some.
made it sticky.
Ah,
Put
gotcha.
those little white cards. It gives you little icons off to the side that you can select.
Well, I was using them before. I didn't know that was one of them. I was like, oh, this is easy. I'm gonna bank this one in like I did before. But see, now that's bullshit.
The world is this? Got a big cake. A picture on it. Wow. Stuck to my own cake.
Tap it in. Oh, for fuck's. That is acting in an unorderly manner. What
Oh,
crap.
that's good. Oh, victory.
It's a quick game.
Victory.
What was that? 6 holes?
We both went downhill in the last hole.
Seriously.
I think
That
you
was
have
not-
to.
All right. I want a rematch.
Timer. Where do you want to go?
Yeah, we all kind of vote on it, right?
What did you guys vote on? I can't tell.
Jumpington.
Jumping Tinders. These are
Hmm.
all putt. Okay. Gotcha. Starting to clue myself in here.
Nice. Oh yeah, this is a little bit like marble.
I love that
Marble
opening. We all
Madness.
jump off.
I was going for the card. Wow, right over the edge.
I think Cool Frog has an unfair advantage on this one. Since
Why?
frogs
'Cause I'm
generally
I'm on a PC.
no, because frogs generally hop. There you go. Boom. You understand the dynamics of hopping.
I wanted the swish.
Oh no. I'm stuck in a stupid spot.
Who did that? That was you, wasn't it? Winning. I gave him the zany ball. Not only
Oh, like, ah.
the zany ball was nice. It took off like the more you know star. Okay, see now he's just going for retribution at this point.
Ah.
Son of beach. Shit.
Get in the hole. Get in the hole.
It's your home. All right. I'm going all the way. Wait, is it?
Hole in one.
Is that a stink? Is that like stink? Oh, it's a ghost?
Yeah.
What was the stinky? Steady.
This is
hole in
sticky.
one? No. I mean, like there was a green cloud on my ball, and I was like, they looked like pig pen for a
Oh
second.
no, it said sticky ball, and it
Okay.
made it sticky.
Oh
What a
no.
waste! What a waste! I thought that was going to pitch him over the edge.
When in reality, wanted to really know what it was like to be a frog.
Yep.
All right.
Oh shoot! I set myself follow it back. Hey, crisis.
Yeah.
wins.
Yeah.
Instead, he wins the race. Oh, you got like par?
Hey, is that what that is?
Yeah, 0
Yeah,
par.
looks like. Looks like. Call me Tiger.
Do, do, do.
Jumpington and Leapington. Looks like that's mostly ramps on Leapington. Spinnington. Multi.
Gustington.
Windy, yeah.
There you go. Do, 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 do.
Oh. I wonder if there's holes that are what'd you call it? They're timed. It'd be cool if the tornado just knocked me in. That'd be good. Okay. You hit me with the zany ball.
Somebody just farted on me.
This is not my board. Stinking up the place. What is that? Floating around. That weird looking bubble cat rat. What are those? Uh-huh. All right. I'm not winning this one. Oh, cool. My angle is all messed up. Right click and move. You can like change your camera angle.
All right. We all won one.
Yeah.
I got par. Nice.
Check it out, man. Yeah, we're both like 5 over. We tied for last, Cool Frog.
Right?
I'm telling you,
You should get consolation prizes for those.
I'm not a Scotch guy, but this Glenfiddich is something else.
Oh, yeah.
Bumpington. Oh, there's no walls on Bumpington. Maybe there are, but it doesn't look like it from here. So, any of you guys know who Anthony Jeselnik is?
Who?
Anthony Jeselnik.
Not sure.
Oh no.
What did he do?
He's a you got that sticky shit on there. He's a stand-up comedian. He used to have that little show on Comedy Central called the Jeselnik Offensive, and he is like offensive. I was playing some in the car off Spotify the other day, and it was like one of those rare moments where I picked up something on Spotify that had my wife just in tears, laughing so hard. But he's from Pittsburgh. He's from here, and he's supposed to be at the Benedum in like November. And she's like, "Guess what? There's tickets to this. You know, this dude. If you get a chance to listen to him on Spotify, you won't be disappointed."
No, look him up.
Yeah. What he get? He was. There's 3 albums. One of them's called Shakespeare. One's called Caligula, and the other one is called. The special. I think he had a special on Netflix. It was called Fire in the Maternity Ward. Oh wow! What did you do to me? What are all these arrows? I see, and the thing is, I'm not going for cards. Like I'll try to roll over them. Like so you keep collecting these cards. Oh, that's the reverse. I'm on to you on that one. Yeah, what kind of music you guys you two listen to? Have you into anything anything that's not top 40?
Nothing new.
Well, I'm not into
trash
anything new either.
nowadays.
Mostly, yeah.
Top 40.
I say anything that's not top 40.
Everything that's not top 40. It's everything is not top 40, really. Yeah, nothing top 40 for me. I wouldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you what the top 40 is.
No,
right
but
now.
you know what I mean. Like, is there anything that, like, whenever you get into a conversation with people, like, finally I got something. You get into a conversation about somebody about music, and now not only I tried using one, and somebody stole it from me first, I think. All right.
What's going on? I'm just trying to move the screen.
Like all the best music that I've ever listened to is all the stuff that I just like found on accident. It was never on the radio. I don't know how I came across it or whatever. It was just, you know.
Yeah, most of it's like grassroots or something like that. More jammy stuff. I laughed because it was like that's almost everything I listen to. So, and all the conversations go into like, have you heard of this band or have you heard of this band? And you know,
Mhm.
oh, that are and then you have to be part of the involved in the grassroots scene to really know who those bands are. So I totally get that what you're saying.
There was a guy I work with that turned me onto this. Mostly, it's like all instrumental, kind of progressive, called like when I say progressive, like prog rock, like Dream Theater style talent. Scaling the Summit. I thought that was pretty good. Well, whatever. It was a 7/7. Well, I'll take what I can get. I think the only way that I won that is because I recognized the reverse arrows. Somebody tried to psych me out. I was like, not today.
Southern says she listens to Baby Shark.
Jeez. Isn't that like the most aggravating thing ever? I have never heard it. I've heard some other people sing it. All right. Oh man, it was close. Hole 1, par 2. Oh! Man, that was hard to take. That was even harder to take. Four strokes on a par 2. Are you kidding me? What just happened? What just happened? This is a bumper right by the hole. I almost made it in there twice. Like it went in and then popped back out and then went back in on its own and popped back
I
out.
seen you hit your ball, so I went ahead and I placed that bumper right next to the hole, so that way when you hit it, you'd bounce off of it. And then it bounced you twice. Is good. That's so funny.
Yeah, that you're a dick.
Okay,
Par 3 stroke 2.
Stroke 1. That's awesome.
I got it in 2, so that helps a little.
I got a hole in 1.
But in
I
reality,
popped all the way
gets a hole
back
in
over
1.
there.
Cool
I did?
Frog gets a hole in 1. It says hole 2, you got a hole in 1, and
Where are
Cool
you?
Frog got a hole in 1 on hole 3. Is somebody not? Okay, there we go.
I don't know. I hit ghost and it like put me somewhere else.
Yeah, you can go through stuff. It's awesome. Oh, how did I bounce over the wall? That's not fair. Come on. I gotta get a better angle on this.
Oh no.
Am I? Oh, all the way over here.
No.
No.
Okay. Whoa. So this is something that you can only do with Nitro.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, it's so close.
Well done, man. 21 strokes.
All right, we can play a different game. We can go on. We can continue.
I don't even know what else. What else is there? Droppington looks fun. I'm gonna actually put something in this glass here real quick. I'll be
Okay.
right back down.
Winning reality.
Yes, sir, Mr. Frog. How you doing?
Well, doing pretty good. You've been gone lately. Where have you been?
Oh, I've been putting a bunch of new shows together. Got the Tech Reality Tuesdays going on now with Space Power Monkey, and it's been working on my channel, getting the last videos out from the last series, putting out new weekly shorts so that I have some kind of a schedule. Trying to do some specials on Saturday night and Wednesdays, I guess. We'll do something special on Wednesdays. Doing some Discord stuff. We've been watching the Black Mirror, kind of surfing between servers. And what's the other thing I got going on? Tuesday, Thursday. Oh yeah, we've been doing the TR trucking. We've been doing the overnight trucking, just taking road trips together. That's been fun. That's been a blast. So yeah, just trying new things and trying to add some variety, which I think is probably the wrong thing to do on YouTube, but doing it anyways.
Sure.
I
mean, you gotta try different things. You just don't know what's gonna stick. What people are actually gonna enjoy, what you actually enjoy doing. That's the hard one.
Yeah.
Finding the stuff that you actually enjoy doing.
Yeah, the
I'm
other hard
currently
one
enjoying myself.
is having too many things that you enjoy and not enough time to do them all.
Right. I'm finally to the point where I'm actually enjoying myself and doing something or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's, running the morning shows with Talking Trash and Truth, and then still having the ability to do night shows with everybody else as well as her. And just so much fun. It's like everything that we've done lately is just great.
I was thinking about you over the weekend while I was in the hotel with all those like stripers. Like everybody, they discount the room, and everybody's in there in the lobby, which is not far away from the front desk. But that was like, what? That's like you were doing that for a little bit as a job. The one dude, his key wouldn't work, couldn't get it to recharge or anything. All the weird stuff that you have to do to that to get somebody's key to work, he could not get it to. This dude had to be let into his room by the guy at the front desk every night.
I did not mean to do that.
What the hell happened?
I was waiting for the cup, so I decided to bank it off the wall a little far along.
Like I can't get up there.
It's over the top. You got to go over the side.
No, I know. Oh, well, yeah. Okay. So you can't go over the front. Okay. So. And then just fall in.
Well,
I see. Yeah. It's like that. It's like that that hole off of there's a hole off of in Africa that's like off of a cliff. Like you have to drive it like off of a 400-foot cliff or something like that. And it's one of my favorite stories. Whenever I was like listening to Rush, I'll watch this go in. Oh, shit. Oh my God, too much power. So he's on this golf outing with people at this hole that's famous for the people never getting on the green because you're driving it off the edge of a cliff. You can't see where it's going. And are you kidding me? I'm gonna so suck at this hole. So he goes, drives the ball, gets it on the green. I mean, you literally walk up to the edge of this cliff so that you can see where the green is. Walks up, sees it, drives the ball, gets it on the green. Everybody in the golfing party is like, how did you do that? That's impossible. Nobody's ever done that before. To which the lesson that he was saying was, well, I'm glad I didn't know that before I hit the ball. Like if somebody had told you how impossible the thing was before you actually went and did it, then it would have been in your head that it's not to be done. That you can't believe
right, that it's not to be done.
Right. Yeah. And it was just, it's one of those things that always stuck with me. I always thought that it would have been great for him to do like a story time with Rush, because I know there's got to be a ton of them. What's this?
Oh.
Oh,
that's fun.
Can't believe I made that in. All right, this is good. All right, this is good. Everybody's using their thing.
Oh
no! Not cool.
Oh no!
What is going on? I'm not even moving my ball.
Same. All of our little things that we hit on each other just like totally yeeted all of us into oblivion.
I used sticky ball. Somebody threw the tornado out, and then I used the magnet. So I hit the tornado, and I'm going right towards the hole, and I'm going right past it because I'm going too fast. Well, all right. Winning got that one. Well, at least we didn't tie for last. No, we did tie for last. Man, I'm telling you.
Tell you what, cool frog, you're asking me about what's going on. I forgot to mention this Saturday night I'm doing a really special stream starting at 9. It's the Quest versus Ricada, but it's what I'm doing is like I had this long talk with Nick about what's going on with it, and
really
I have some information that I think I can I'm going to try to lay it out in layman's terms, but about what we're really seeing happen here, because I noticed from the chat going on, on and just locals and Rumble and YouTube during this last stream that people were still kind of really confused about what was going on. I was too until I really talked to him. I mean, it took talking to him to really understand, because on stream he's doing something a little bit different than people might realize. And anyways, I don't want to give too much away because I want everybody to come and check it out. But it's going to be eye-opening. It's going to be. I hope I can articulate it well enough for everybody to understand exactly what we're seeing and what we're going to be seeing from here on out until this thing's done. So,
what do you mean?
Please tune in.
I mean, I'm probably asking questions that you don't want to answer until tomorrow night. Oh, okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah, that's it.
That seems like. Mm-hmm. That sounds like it's so super retardation. Like I don't know a ton about Monograph, but what I've seen, he's certifiable. And he's got all these followers. I mean, are all these people that are watching him, are they just waiting for this whole thing to burn down to the ground?
I mean, so a lot of those people that follow him have been following him for 10 to 15 years.
Yeah,
so
but how many of them are just rubberneckers?
A lot of rubberneckers in there too.
Yeah. Okay. So they're just watching the chaos. They're just
this is the lolcow scene.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's okay. Big fat lolcow. Yeah.
Yep.
7 of them to make
Hey Suzanne, how you doing?
To make it through the famine. Suzanne, she's back. I have not grasped. I have a locals account, but I have not grasped the concept there. I know that it's the one place where the most money gets exchanged back and forth. It seems like you're constant, like everybody, like once you're joining, you're subscribing, and there's money involved. And am I incorrect in that assessment? Because I know that you can get monetized on YouTube, but that seems like that's what locals is built for.
Yeah,
is that incorrect?
From my point of view, now, I'm going to do it differently. From my point of view right now, I don't feel like I'm big enough and have enough activity to justify asking people to become part of.
Oh yeah, me neither.
That's just me. So I'm really focusing on the membership on YouTube and just trying to make the most out of that. Like I'm even though I have 14 members right now, and I hope most of them stick around. I mean, I hope they all stick around, but and I hope I get more. But
for sure. But that seems like what locals and Rumble is really tied together.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but I'm doing exclusive content like all the time over there. I have a lot of extra stuff I don't ever publish, and so that's for my members. And then they get announcements up front. Like I made an announcement about May today.
Okay,
something special coming in May. So they're always gonna have the information first, and hopefully down the road more special events and just hangouts. And I'm just trying to make sure that when people do sign up to become members, that it's worth everything that they're putting into it, and they feel like they're getting a real value out of it. So that's my mission with that.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, you're trying to you're trying to put the most value into it, and I'll use it as a selling tool for other people, potential subscribers, right? Yeah,
well, I think if they are willing to do that they deserve what they're getting, what they're paying for. I want them to make sure that they feel like they're getting a real value out of it.
Right.
And that'll come down to even like, advanced showing to premieres and stuff like that.
Right.
Suzanne is one of my members. She's a member of the Winner's Circle. And
that's good. Yeah.
I'm School Frog.
I am super curious about your avatar and your logo, and what kind of decisions you made for like the thing that I'm looking at right now.
Okay.
Is that like a neon necklace or just a big smile? There's the blue and the red there. I don't know if I'm looking at something that like the character that I have that I'm working on in that comic book. There's meaning behind the X on one eye and the O on the other eye and the smiley face and all that. What's the story behind what I'm looking at?
I definitely appreciate that, by the way, the depth that you're putting into the details. So a lot of times there's definitely a lot of meaning going on here for sure. But a lot of times how I start out coming up with something, like I didn't have any idea. This is very organic. This is a very organic result right here.
Okay.
What I did was I took my original logo, which was the circle with the win on it, which is a cut off version of the original logo, which is Winning Reality, right?
Right.
So I have the circle, and it looks like that's Peace Frog. Sorry. I thought not on there. Oops, cat's out of the bag.
Unless we didn't know.
Sorry, Cool Frog. I didn't mean to get you all excited about your cousin showing up.
Well,
Which I
like
stand.
there
Okay.
you go. Okay, I got you.
Okay. So what I did was I put it in was it in Photoshop maybe? Okay, and I put it over top of a face, right? And what I did was I grabbed the bottom of it and I stretched it down.
Oh, okay.
And originally the wind was going to be like the eyes. It was just not going to have eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I stretched it down, it did this really cool thing, and these eyes appeared. And so I went with it.
Oh, okay.
I went with that, and that. So it's that logo stretched down. It became a face and kind of a mouth,
Yeah.
And it's just
Well,
an
I mean,
idea.
it has its foreboding. You know what I mean? Like it's it's kind of like an evil smile. But what you're saying is you just yanked and pulled on it. These two eyes appeared, and you considered it to be Providence.
Yeah, and I've made other logos like that before too.
Mhm.
Like I've made band logos like that, and where I start out with a blank canvas and an idea, and I put something on there, and I kind of just I do something with it, and it becomes the logo.
Well, one
of mine became like a really famous logo for a band. I was just like, wow,
Oh yeah.
If you knew how I made that, it was like total accident. Yeah.
Which one was that?
Well, I'm not telling.
You said really famous logo for a band.
Yeah, I mean, it became that famous. I mean, I should have said well-known, a well-known
Okay.
logo for the band. Yeah.
But it's not a. I wouldn't.
You
know.
wouldn't know it. Yeah, I would say well known
like if you
in a genre
like
of music.
somehow like fell into design, because like you remember that well, I don't know, it depends on how old you are, but like somewhere in the like
50.
late 80s, early 90s, every hair metal band or every metal band, it was like all they did was it looked like it was painted on, and they like Skid Row.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a really cool logo. It didn't look like
Right.
Megadeth or Kiss or something that was contrived like Judas Priest. It was just thrown on there like they had a brush of a wet red paint, and it was drippy all over the place and slashy, and it was like every band did that for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, it's it was the non-status quo kind of look. Yeah.
Well, what is the blue and the red? That looks like it was on purpose, but like a loose.
Actually, no, and it wasn't really. It was just a blend that kind of came out from behind it. And actually, I've been meaning to actually kind of fix that up a little bit, because I fixed it up in a different place, and I'm like, I like the other one, but I just haven't like switched it on OBS yet. So I do have kind of a newer hairstyle, and I just try to kind of like use the eyes for different things. Like originally the eyes were red, and then so that was the one for a while that I used, and that's usually symbolic of like more of like the deeper stuff, and people want it to be mean, but or want it to be when I'm angry or something, but really it's more like intensity or passion, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
blue is just more of just the middle of the road kind of me, more closer to the real me. Though when I'm on, I try to really be, I feel like I'm here to perform and to entertain people. So I try to be entertaining and a little out of my normal self. That not that I'm not entertaining in real life, but just to put Carl,
whatever.
Like, what are you talking about? A little, but then when the green eyes are on, it's this crazy town. So I just have I just try to like make it those a little bit symbolic for the different kind of characters this idea can be, and I'm just trying to keep
like,
it.
I'm looking at it every time I look at it, I'm like, is that like smile? Yes. Is it the outline of a head? Is that a headband? Is that smoke or lightning over the eye and all that? Yeah, right.
It's a headband, dude. If that's your tip, you're in bad shape, buddy. No, that's a smile. Yeah, that's a smile. Yeah. Anybody who thinks that they haven't been getting it very good.
But that's it's like there's
if you look at it correctly, to give you the perspective of just the tip.
Oh no! Here we go. You're gonna make it so that I never see it the same way again.
Right. So,
Yeah,
so
again,
the,
you're-
All
it's-
right, all right.
the
Wait.
chin,
All
the
right, I'm
chin
ready.
is where the hole would be, and where the headband is where
There's not.
circumcision
Well, there's not. There's no
was.
I
hole.
see. I see. So it's
Yeah.
so
No,
it's pointed.
that's hair on
it's
top.
pointed- it's
See the
pointed
hair?
down, is what you're saying.
That's hair. That's an ear.
It's
That's an
pointed
ear over
down.
there.
It's pointed down, so it's not very exciting.
That's another ear over there.
Right. It's a droopy tip.
But yeah, you know, everybody wants to. Everybody wants to.
Frog is doing news tomorrow.
Everybody wants to you know, put their own spin on
maybe.
it, which is fine.
Maybe.
You know, that's fine.
No, man, you just laid back right now. That's all.
He's new in it.
But there's the small little canvas that's in the bathroom of my house, where because there's like a piece of artwork that the kids did that's hanging on the wall there, and you know how you put some stuff on the refrigerator and stuff. But there's this one thing that looks like it's this weird idea. It's like a balloon with it's not a weird idea, but there's like clouds on the outside, there's balloons, and then there's this one balloon with something inside it. And I would look at it and like, you know, if I took that and tried to refine it into something that was like an honest to goodness, like surrealist image that I could airbrush it and tighten it up and make it look like a like a cool album cover, you know. I kind of look at this and I see the same thing. Like it could be refined into something where if that's going to be a headband, make it a headband. If that's blue fire or lightning over the one eyeball, make it lightning. And, you know, like, and turn it into the thing that I think it's supposed to be. That would be,
it's a cartoon character, really.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon character, really. I mean, you know, they don't look like, you know, regular people all the time. And it was just a way to kind of put a face on the name because everybody else, you know, a lot of other people were on camera and I wasn't. And I just got tired of being in a circle. I wanted to,
I hate the circle, honestly. It was like the rounded squares. Remember back in the day when it was like rounded squares was how
you're getting close. There you go.
Yeah,
see the ear? There you go. There's an ear right there.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah,
there's hair up top. Yeah.
Yeah, but then on the one side of your face you have varicose veins over your eyeball.
Well, that's really hair, but it's like I like I said, I fixed that up because I kind of turned it all.
That's what it is?
I got rid of I got rid of that, and it's like kind of they're dreads. They're dreads that
wrong
were
with
hanging through.
I'm glad you said that.
But again, this is not supposed to be a human being. It's supposed to be something out of your imagination, not a human being. Right.
We all get to use our own imagination.
Yeah.
Yes. So we all know it's in your head when you say something like that.
No, I'll never admit to what's in my head.
When in reality,
I thought it looked more like a clit. See.
Never. Don't forget about the little man in the boat.
I don't know what kind of clit you've been looking at, but dang, bro. Hot dogs.
He's talking about that little red spot.
Saggy boob.
So, what do you guys have? What are your plans for Easter?
Ham.
I was going to say it's always going to be ham.
Corn.
I don't want to do ham. We're going to do an Easter breakfast, but then my wife and my daughter are going into town to watch a play, and Cool Frog, maybe in winning, if you guys have experienced this, like when you're in a relationship and there's a lot of stuff going on with your family, there's a lot of stuff going on with you, you try to keep track of all of it, even though you've got your smartphone and your calendar and there's calendars on the wall and there's people telling you what's going on while you're in the middle of something else. So you can't really concentrate on what they're saying because all you want to do is finish the thing that you're in the middle of or whatever. So you miss out on those pieces of details of information about what's going on with the family. So when my wife said, well, you know, your daughter and I are going to go downtown and watch a show on Easter Sunday, which is why we're doing Easter breakfast and not Easter dinner. I was like, oh, so I get the house. and that is better than any Easter basket I could possibly
Hell
get.
yeah,
on
you
Easter
just got the biggest Easter basket ever.
I got the hizzy. You know,
Take those old records off
Yeah,
the shelf.
exactly. Yeah, the thing I pay for. I get the house. Woohoo! Yeah,
Thing I paid for
it's
it.
gonna be great.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me tonight. I got to run. Oh, Susanna, to answer your question, the lights in the back, that's all you, man. That's all of us bringing the light,
Oh my
the
god,
light of truth.
that she just said to me, I might try to smoke something.
But I gotta
I
run.
might try to smoke a meat. Yeah, winning, man. It was fun playing golf with you.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Most
Yeah.
definitely. Stop by, check out the new
Always a
shows,
good time.
and I got one on AI and a lot of technology on Tuesdays you might dig, and
Yeah, that shit scares
and all that. But I hope to see everybody tomorrow night at 9 on my channel for the winning Saturday night show, and we will be doing Quest versus Ricada, what most people aren't getting yet. So I'll be happy to.
Now, before you
disclose
go,
what you know.
are you calling the dude something other than his name so that he doesn't try to cancel you and take you to court?
No, that is his name. I'm using his real name because is now real name because
Okay.
it's a court case, and I'm
Okay.
trying to be. I'm also trying to keep it out of my parody universe where he's
Right.
just Monty or Mister. He was Mr. M. Now he's just Monty, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just trying to keep it out of the parody universe that I have over there.
All right.
So
All right, cool.
you know, all that. Thanks
All
you guys so much. Thank you, Cool Frog. I'll see you around. Hey man, until next time, everybody. Keep winning.
I'm like that. My camera's not on. I'm waving goodbye. I see you waving. Yeah. How are you doing? Are you good for the night, or what's
Yeah,
your sleep schedule like?
It's whenever I decide to get off of here.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, we can
Yeah,
call
I
it.
mean,
We can call it good.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on. It was so many weird
Interesting.
things happen. Well, no, I mean, like, I learned something new about my computer that I've had forever. Don't plug the phone in to the computer while you're trying to stream, or it will mute you every 45 seconds or so. That was just the weirdest thing. You know. But I look on the bright side. I learned something new. Good luck with your investigation, man. That's going to be interesting to follow.
Yeah, I'm interested in what I can get out of it if I can get a hold of anybody from the area that would actually know anything.
Oh, you still have friends back there?
Well, friends, family.
Yeah, friends, family, and so, but are they going to be as? Excuse me. Are they going to be as deep into it as you need them to be, or is it going to be a
No,
hey?
not necessarily.
Yeah, not even a while you're out picking up beer, check in on, give me some information or something.
Right.
All right.
Well,
all right.
That being said, thank you also very much for joining us. If you actually look down at the title of the show, I believe I put ID Crisis in there. Make sure that you subscribe to him if you hadn't already. He does produce some content when he gets a chance.
Yeah, sporadically, I do. Yeah, I'm going to be putting something up here soon.
Awesome.
But I thank you for shouting me out. As always, you are a top shelf streamer.
I try. I mean, we got a whole 4 or 5 people with us. I mean,
I know.
Kind of makes you wonder sometimes.
It's that hardcore.
Everybody's getting ready for this Easter. Getting some rest before their holiday weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get in some rest, soak it up. I'm gonna be.
That being said, I know
I got the house to myself
tomorrow morning, as it's normally Saturdays. I don't. Sometimes I produce something Saturday evening. We'll see if there's something that's worthwhile me actually doing so. We'll find out about midday. I do have Sunday scheduled out. Divinity said that she wanted to actually dress up as a bunny, or we were going to do a bunny dressing costume thing or whatever, where all of us would dress up. We'll see how well I actually dress up, if I actually can get anything, even some ears potentially for the day.
Well, just
And
make sure
then-
you have it on the right way. You don't want that puffy tail on the wrong side. That sends the wrong message.
Right. And then Sunday night, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Has said that he will be running for president of the United States
Thank God.
on the Democratic side.
Yeah.
Which-
Anything to enliven the field.
right, which could be very interesting in itself. We'll be covering him in depth as far as I possibly can, probably on a Rumble exclusive, as he does talk about some of the things that we can't speak of over here on the YouTube side.
Yeah.
Some
right.
Koof and
Yeah,
and
now without
stances
using
on other-
made up language. But I think that his views on that are going to force certain other candidates on the other side to come to Jesus on their policies. From
right.
yeah,
Which should be very
which can only
interesting.
be good for everybody.
Right, should be very interesting. Should be fun to actually go through and see what we can actually think, how we think about this guy. Because as far as that goes, I've told everybody, and I've told everybody several thousand times. I've voted Obama twice. I turned around and I voted for Trump twice. There's no saying where you'll find me next. If I find the guy interesting enough, you just never know where the next best president just might be.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll dig deeper into RFK Jr. on a Rumble exclusive Sunday night. I believe I already do have that scheduled here on the YouTube side. That will be removed and straight to Rumble that night.
Well, if I could paraphrase the great David Mamet, we're expected to vote for the best person for president, but how could we? The best person wasn't running.
No, which book was that? No, you had actually. I'm looking away from my microphone. You had actually spoke up about a particular David Mamet book.
The Secret Knowledge on the Dismantling of American Culture, I believe. I should still have the MP3 up here. It goes as far as favorite books goes. It goes the Bible and then that.
Right. Now, hold on a second here.
But he did just come out with another one. There's some reprises of essays from the first one, but his latest book is called Re or D something. Yeah, but
Okay, so like I said, give me a minute. So
sure.
I stood up for a second. So whatever you had said, I didn't really hear. I just heard
That's
a
okay.
little bit of a mumble.
Film true and false. Okay. Recessional is the last political book. The Death of Free Speech, The Cost of a Free Lunch.
Because you spoke of this book several
The Secret
times.
Knowledge, yes.
This
Yes.
book right here.
Mm-hmm.
This book right here. I had picked this book up. I have not opened it yet.
Dude,
But because of your
I'm finally
love for
listening to the
this
Federalist
book,
Papers because you said, that's one of the things that turned you around.
right? For your love of this book here is what I bought because of you.
Yeah.
So-
Wow. That's high praise. Thank you.
Because you several times have actually said this book. This is the book
Mhm.
that you need to read.
Yeah.
This, that, and the other. So I
That's
actually
a guy
did pick
who's
up the book.
that's a guy who's from Chicago, went to LA and still managed to turn around. You know what I mean? Like still managed to now he I'm like, of course not exactly 100% thinks like us, but just common sense. He was if you can get by the gambling bug, that he got bit by the common sense bug. And he is, because he's so articulate. This is one of the things when you watch a David Mamet movie, people who really like David Mamet movies they love good written dialogue, and he's really good with that. And it's in that book too. Like, it's a conversation. It's not just a book. You know what I mean? You're listening to somebody who really knows how to flesh out their ideas using, really, really good prose, really good dialogue, but not overly so. I don't even know how to explain it.
Sure.
My sister sent me the first season of Firefly, and then I saw Serenity, and I saw Chiwetel Ejiofor in that movie. And the next thing I saw him in was Red Belt, and I watched that, and I was so blown away by it. I was like, who directed this? Who wrote this? And it was that guy. And then I started looking into all of his other stuff, and then I found that book, and I was like, oh, I see. This is a conversion story, and it really is. It's whatever. I'm not going to try. Hype is terrible. I think hype is poison. I'm going to shut up. You read the book, enjoy it, and let me know what you think. That would be a good stream.
Right.
You read that book, and then whenever you're done with it, you let me know, and we'll be on for a little bit. It's my prediction, but that is high praise indeed. Of
If
course,
you've praised this book over and over again, and it'd probably be one of the next ones that I actually do
Open and actually try reading through. It takes me some time to get through some of them because it seems like I got a lot of time on my hands. I really don't.
well, that's why I audiobook. I mean, so there's, in my most paranoid fantasies, I fear that I'm going to lose the ability to read because I listen to almost everything. Because I can be out there doing yard work or laundry or dishes or whatever it is that needs to be done around here, or my own stuff, and listen to a book. When I'm at work, if I don't have earbuds in, and they don't always let you do that, it drives me nuts because there's nothing but static noise all the time, airlines and sandblasters and stuff. And it's just, let me hear the news. Let me hear a book. Let me listen to some music. Let me occupy my mind. I don't want to be stuck at work for 8 hours with no one but myself. That's just terrible. That's just, you know what I mean? Because then all you're doing is like thinking about all the weird, like dumbass things that you've ever done or said your entire life. And I need something other than that. But yeah, man, get into that book. It'll be like, let me know as soon as you're done. I would look really
like I said, it might take me a little bit of time to get to it because
no, it's okay. No, I mean,
it happens.
No, it's okay. Let me know when you're almost finished so I can listen to the whole thing again. See, the audiobook, I have it on a CD, and they're on in like MP3 format. It's almost like he wanted it to be passed out to people. There's no codes or locks or anything on there. It's not like it has to be ripped or anything like that. So, I mean, if you want, I can probably just send you something, but it's not narrated by him. It's narrated by this dude, Johnny Heller, and he's got a pretty unique voice. Anyways, whatever.
Like tonight, because I'm
rambling.
You were late.
Cool
You were late, at first or whatever. So, normal person, when something like that happens, things go through their head.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what to do when the thing that you had planned most fails.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you really think about it, and that was one of the thoughts is I'll just grab one of my books that are sitting on here, and I'll just start reading. I'll just start reading out loud.
The other night you were waiting for and it was late for me because I had to get up early, but you were waiting for America's Shirts, and I was like half tempted. Like, you know what, throw me a link, man. I'll come on until he shows up. But it was already like midnight 30 or something like that, and I had to get up at 6. But I know where you're coming from. That's one of the reasons why I'm like, oh shit, I just updated this operating system. now I have to put everything back together again. And it's like 12:15, and Cold Frog's probably sounding exactly like he sounded the other night. Well, America Shirts isn't here. You know what I mean? Like I really did not enjoy that moment where like you're out there twisting it. You're out there twisting in the wind.
You're a normal human being. You go through those thoughts of, okay, what do we do? What's what do I do if worst comes to worst?
Yeah.
Do I just shut it down, go home, or go away?
I would like treat it like if you got stood up on a date, I'm still gonna go in and get a meal.
No, right.
Screw her.
Grab a book and just start reading the book, whatever, and see how far it if it allows me to.
Yeah, right.
Some books you're allowed to actually read, some of them you're not.
I would not be afraid of reading that one. Like I said, the audiobook is totally unlocked. It's an MP3 format. In other words, it's not something that you put in and it plays on your CD player. It's just those chapters. You have to import them in order to play them. You get what I mean? It's a stack of MP3 files. It's not like an audio readable thing that your car stereo just picks up on if you still have a player in there. But anyways, enjoy the book, especially enjoy this. There's a thing that he writes about in the elevator, the ride in the elevator, and he's describing how things can never be organized by a government or by an authority figure or any number of authority figures because of the way that we've evolved into I don't want to say like animalistic, but we all go through our natural position taking, and it all depends on so many factors that happen so fast, so many billions of them, that to call somebody racist or a phobe or an ist of anything is absurd, because all you're doing is moving out of somebody's way, and you're going to stand in this spot in this direction depending on who you are, where you need to be, what floor you've got to be on, and everybody else is doing the same calculations that you are. So why give them shit over it? Why penalize them for that? It's just this so much of the stuff that we're trying to so much of the stuff that's trying to be contrived through wokeness can never be, because no human being is going to be able to think of a better way that what already just naturally happens. If that makes any sense. Whatever. Don't you know what? He's the dialogue guy. He's the writer. Listen to him. Read his book. I'm gonna let you go because
no, you're fine.
If you'll be here for another hour. If I
do that too.
Up. Yeah. Thanks for having me on, man. It was fun. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about.
Like you said, I expected it to be a normal Friday night, game night or whatever, and apparently that didn't.
No, we got there. I mean, you got stuff accomplished. And so did I.
I was kind of surprised that there wasn't more people that were around. I don't really know what.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Everybody just kind of checked out for the night, said they're done.
Am I not enough?
You are.
Should I not be enough for you?
You are. No, I'm just saying, if we would have added to the party and created the
You're right. Yeah, that Friday night, the weekend is starting. Let's everybody have a good time. Yeah, no, I get it. Look, man, the 99 to 2000 New Year's Eve, it was me and this dude that I don't even hang out with anymore. It was just the weirdest thing. We went looking for we went looking to go to a bar where there would be like people jumping around and like having a huge party, and the only thing that we could find was the local bar with the bartender and his buddy. It was just 4 people, and that was it. But it was good enough, because that's where we were when it happened, and that was it. I was still tempted to go downstairs and throw the main breaker at midnight, but the Y2K bug prank,
Sure.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. I'm gonna
all right.
I'm gonna go I'm gonna go.
Thank you all so
right.
very much.
Yeah.
Everybody have a wonderful day. Later.
All right, take it easy, man. Happy Easter.